I don't think it's a good idea that we react to hentai. I think that's a poor decision on your part. I don't agree. So
That is very narrow-minded of you, sir.
Watching your mouth move, damn you look stupid. No filter, I got no filter. No filter, I got no filter. No filter, I got no filter. No filter, I got no filter.
welcome to another episode of Fat Guys React. I am Fish.
I'm Optimal Prime.
And today we're watching Season 1, Episode 10 of My Hero Academia.
Encounter with the Unknown.
Basically, villains have just showed up at the training facility right as they're about to start their rescue training. And so now they've got to deal with the villains. The villains who have said previously that they want All Might.
Yes.
So, fun stuff. What do you think?
Let's do it.
What do you think's going to happen? What are your predictions? By the way, I have seen this before.
I have not.
Yeah. So,
I guess I have last time, and I think I'm still on board with it, is that Eraserhead's gonna try and take them all on himself and not able to do it. I hope we get All Might to show up, but I think he's like, is he still depowered?
yeah, I mean, he was
out of energy.
he was
supposed to be here, wasn't he?
he was supposed to be here, right? And he had used up all of his time in the morning saving people on the way to school.
Hopefully, we get to see some of the students in action.
Okay.
Like I think Bakugo is going to do well. I imagine.
Okay.
Because he'll just explode them.
It just explode like the blooper.
Just explode them. That's right.
Your face explode.
Your face explode.
Do you remember that one?
I do remember that one.
Those bloopers are great.
Bloopers are too good.
Anybody watching this, if you've seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and you have never seen the bloopers for the show, go to YouTube, find the bloopers. They're hilarious. So
Full Metal Alchemist, and then Berserk.
Berserk has great bloopers too.
Especially the one with the Sean, guy who plays Goku. It's
Sean
something
Schemmel.
like Shamel, yeah, where he can't get his one line right.
Nothing less than the commander of the Gamagada and the Ganibangana too.
Well, the commander of the Gadamagada.
The Gabba and the Gambaga too.
Nothing less from the commander of the Hawks Raiders. You're a goddamn it. Let's hear it for Captain God.
Anime bloopers are great.
Yeah.
Nothing less from the commander of the Nox Donkey Bog. Hang on. Yeah.
All right, ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Stay back. This is real. Those are villains.
According to the schedule we retrieved from UA, All Might should be here as well.
Where is he? I went through the trouble of bringing so many.
I feel like all of these people would have trouble holding down office jobs.
Lord All Might, the great symbol of peace. I can't believe he's not here. Maybe if I kill a few kids, he'll come out to play.
That day
Is
we
he
learned what
gonna
the pro
stop
heroes are
all of
really
their
up
powers?
to. The darkness they face to keep us safe.
Good question.
We looked at these villains, and pure evil stared back.
Why aren't the alarms going off?
Good question. I'm not sure.
Is the entire campus under attack? Or is this their only target? Either way, if the alarm sensors aren't being triggered, then one of these villains must have a quirk that's masking their presence here. They're fools for trespassing here. But they've thought this out. They must have a concrete objective in mind.
13. Get them out of here, and alert the main campus. Actually, if they've got the ability to block our sensors, then they might be jamming our regular communications too.
Pretty far away.
Try using your quirk.
It's a long way down there.
Yes, sir.
What are you
Yeah.
gonna do? You
I like
can't
that they're
fight
just
them on
slowly
your own.
walking too.
There's too many of them. Even
Just
if you
like,
can
yeah.
nullify the
That's the
powers,
same frame.
fighting
That's the
stars
same
are
frame they
different.
just used.
Your power works best in stealth and when fights. That's not gonna help with a group.
You can't be a pro if you only have one trick.
Shooting squad, take your aim.
Who's that?
Don't recognize him. But if he thinks he can take us down easy, he's dead. Let's shut him down!
Idiots.
Cool.
That's
Eraserhead, a pro. He can cancel your quirks just by looking at you.
He's so good.
Cancellation? Bet you can't erase the quirk of a heteromorphic type like me, can you?
Yeah, you're right. But a villain like you is only dangerous if you can reach me. Good thing. I've taken measures to make sure that never happens. Now which one of you gutter punks is next?
So his quirk powers don't work on like guys that are
strong, and since he's hiding behind those goggles, you
like mutated.
Yeah, like if your quirk is a mutation, like that guy, or I don't know, like if it was the Thing, it wouldn't like stop him from being the Thing.
Makes sense.
The worst thing about dealing with pros is when they live up to all their hype.
There is no escape for you.
Damn. I blinked and the guy who seems like the most trouble got away.
We are the League of Villains. I know it's impolite, but we decided to invite. And besides,
Creative name.
Isn't this a fitting
Yeah,
place
right.
for All Might, the symbol of peace, to take his last breath? Ah, well, in the end, I suppose it doesn't matter.
I tried so hard and got so far.
Did you think we were just gonna stand around and let you tear this place to shreds?
You two, get out of the way right now!
I'll scatter you across this facility to meet my comrades and your dad.
Crap! What is this?
Oh, scatter them? That's smart. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. At first, I just thought it was a crazy, awesome threat. Like he was gonna rip them apart and scatter their bodies.
Oh, but he meant literally.
He meant
transport
I'm
them.
literally gonna scatter you. Yep.
They came here to kill All Might. I guess it's a good thing he's not in class right now.
What the heck?
First catch of the day. Nothing personal, kid, but you gotta die.
Blah.
They got lucky. Sue got dropped in there. It's just like the one area that's good for her.
Yeah. She cracks me up because pretty much anytime she's on screen, she goes, blah.
Oh, you got some pretty big boobs, Sue. Perfect floaties.
Wow.
The cringe character.
Uh-huh.
I told you to call me Sue.
Her quirk? Frog. It's pretty self-explanatory. She could basically do anything a frog can.
This is turning out to be a terrible day of class.
Yeah, I keep thinking about what that villain said.
All Might was supposed to be here today, and yet I see no sign of him.
Do you know what happens to a frog when it gets struck by lightning?
School files while we were all stuck in the cafeteria.
What is that from?
Teachers were busy trying to get the meeting.
The first X-Men movie.
The same thing that happens to everything else.
Same thing as everything else.
This guy can really kill All Might. Once he shows up, he'll pound these villains until there's nothing left.
If the villains spent so much time planning this attack, then they probably figured out a way to kill him. Maybe we should worry more about not getting tortured to death. Otherwise, we might not survive long enough to see All Might again.
Do you think she's right?
If he does show up,
Do you think
who
they
knows
have
if we'll make it out.
a way to kill All Might?
I don't know, it'd be really interesting if one of the villains knew that, like, he has to depower. I don't know if that is the case, but that would be a pretty cool twist.
If they're here for All Might, they may have a way to defeat him. But why him out of all the heroes? Because his very existence discourages villains and evil? Because he's the one and only symbol of peace and justice?
I just assumed it was revenge.
Because I am here.
I have to face this evil.
It's funny that All Might sounds like Armstrong, but like his skinny version sounds more like Piccolo.
And we have to stop whatever it is these bad
I guess
guys
it
are
does.
planning. We have to
Or
work together
Zorro.
and keep All
Zorro's
Might safe.
probably a better
No
comparison.
one at UA knows what's happening.
Yeah, like the
This is up to
muscly
us.
version
Let's
is
be heroes.
way more charismatic and like
Right.
not flamboyant, but like just loud and
Emotive for sure,
emotive.
yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't you embarrassed to lose to a child? For God's sake, you're adults. Put up a real fight.
Kinda cool.
Yeah.
I still don't understand what Hand Guy's power is.
What do you have any thoughts of what it might be, or just like literally no clue?
I just thought of Nika Robin from One Piece, who
Mhm.
can like create hands that can control them. Besides that, I have no clue.
Gotcha.
Like if he can just control his hands, but nah,
Can't get through to 13 or
just seems weird otherwise.
And they are teaching.
Yeah.
Unlike me, I'm neglecting my duties because I spent the entire morning commute being heroic. Maybe I should just show up and say something inspiring at the end. Yeah, get a good 10 minutes out of my hero form.
Time to join my students!
Hold your horses.
Hello, Nezu, sir.
That's me. The one who could be a mouse or a dog or a bear, though the only important thing is... I'm the principal!
Your fur looks especially well-groomed and glossy today, sir.
So I don't know if you remember. Yeah, I don't know if you remember. A long time ago, you asked what is he, and I was like, they make a joke about it later. That was the joke, and I think it's hilarious every time.
That is really funny.
It's me, the one who could be a mouse or a dog or a bear.
The fault mainly belongs to the ruffians who still cause
Really
trouble.
he
in
really
the
could
city
be any
despite
of
you
those.
being here. But you also have to learn not to. You've always been proactive. Only now your heroism must be limited due to your injury. Plus, you've also got the added work of training one for all successor. Oh dear, you're smoking. That can't be good.
What do you think the principal's power is? You think it's just look?
But now that you are a teacher here,
You think it's just looking like that?
Being a mouse or a dog or a bear.
After all, there are plenty of other hero agencies working throughout the city.
Yeah, you're right.
Was that the middle one? Was it
So I was
dog?
gonna head over to the USJ to
I
make
think
an
so.
appearance now, actually, if you don't mind. And I'm still a little concerned that I couldn't get in touch with 13 or Aizawa.
Let's start by discussing combat pedagogy as viewed through the lens of ethical quirk use.
That was a really weird break.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of the students kind of being traumatically put up against villains.
I mean, you
That
got
dude's powers I don't get.
the guy with the
What do we do?
wing-looking
Weird
things.
arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And can apparently teleport stuff?
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't talked about it. There's a lot of them that they
I
haven't
think
talked about yet.
I
that
think
I'm-
they kind of hinted at it in the test.
Run to the school and tell the faculty
Where
what's
he
going
was
on
like
here.
could see
The
what was
alarms
going
aren't
on through
sounding,
it.
And
Mhm.
our phones
I
and
don't know.
radios are useless right now. One of these villains must be to blame.
Someone in the comments wants to let us know how wrong we are.
We're still completely sealed off from the outside world. Likely whoever is causing this interference hit as soon as they warped into the USJ.
It would be disgraceful for me to leave you all behind.
Go emergency exit. There are lots of alarms outside. That's why they're keeping all of us trapped inside the USJ, right?
As long as you
It's
can
not
get outside,
actually
they won't
his name,
follow.
right? That's just
Well,
what they
this
call
stupid
him
Mr.
because
Way
of
with those
the
engine legs.
Yeah, because of
Use your quirk to
because
save
of the
others. Be a
the
real
thing
hero.
that happened earlier.
yeah.
I can help
I was
you
like,
out. Just like I did when I floated you in the cafeteria.
I actually had never noticed that before. I was like trying to be like, why?
Do it.
emergency exit.
Yeah, but no, it totally makes
Yeah.
sense.
I was like, that's just a terrible superhero name, though.
Do you think it's gonna be his hero name?
I hope not.
It won't matter if you know what we're planning or not when I'm done with you.
That would bum me out. Yeah, warp out of that.
What do you mean fight? Are you crazy? These guys might be able to kill All Might, and you think we can take them?
He looks so stupid.
Think about it.
Especially with his diaper.
I know, I hate it.
Water and assume that's where we'll fight.
He's terrible.
They sent you here, Asui. Whoops, I meant Sue. It means the villains probably have no idea what our quirks are.
Ribbit, you've got a point.
Smart, smart.
If they knew I was a frog, they would have sent me into that fire zone over there instead of somewhere full of water.
They probably separated us because they didn't know what we could do, and we can use that to our advantage. They
Good
don't know what our
logic.
quirks are,
Mhm.
so for all they know, the three of us could be super powerful. Look, none of them are trying to climb into the boat. That proves they're a little unsure.
So let's talk quirks. Obviously, I can jump high and cling to pretty much any wall.
Like Spider-Man.
Of course, there's my tongue. I can stick it out about 20 meters.
Like Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, and I can spit out my
Alright,
stomach
like Venom.
That's not really useful.
No, no, no.
Finally, I also secrete a toxic
Like Spider-Man,
mucus.
you're right.
It just stings a bit.
The creep mucus.
We can probably only use my jumping and my tongue here. Forget about the last things.
I figured you were powerful, but that's amazing.
I've got these sticky balls. Their strength varies. Depending on how I'm feeling, they might stick to something a whole day. They grow back as fast as I can pull them off, but I'll bleed if I use too many. Oh, and they don't stick to me. I just bounce right off them. The mic work is totally unfit for battle, and we're gonna
You have an incredible power! Really, we just have to figure out how to use it!
I have these sticky balls.
Yeah, that's a whole level of joke I can't even live with.
What the hell are these things?
Wait, they're afraid to touch them.
We're fish food!
So, Minetta, are you really sure the hero thing is right for you?
Shut up! It's weirder not to be scared right now! I didn't think I'd be facing death a few days after starting UA! I can't believe I'm gonna die without ever getting to touch Yairo through the build!
Listen up. An enemy that's certain of their victory is bound to make a mistake. Said something along
He's such a
those lines
terrible
when he injured
character.
you a
Like, I
while
can't.
back.
It's not even funny. Like, it would be funny if every once in a while he said something weird, but, like, that's his whole character.
Or if he was, like, actually a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Don't forget, Shigaraki
Which
told
I'm
us to keep
hoping
our
that,
guards
like,
up. We can't judge them by how old
he's
they
not
are,
just a
but by
useless
their
character.
quirks.
Because
They
that's
could do
just depressing
anything.
otherwise.
Of course, we'll definitely have an advantage in the water.
But we'll see.
I'm not exactly.
Act like Kacha on one! Now die! Even if I use a smash, I can't get them all at once when they're in a circle like that. Besides, there are still other enemies outside.
If only they
the
had something
shipwreck
that could
zone,
make them
so I
stick to
can't
stuff.
sacrifice my arm just yet.
What?
Focus! Remember the image of the egg not exploding!
Even though he's as scared as I am, even though he's shaking, he's still going through with this.
Take this! Delaware! Smash!
Oh, his hand.
Ouch.
What the heck, Midoriya? Take this, you villain! You can eat my sticky ball!
These come from that kid. I can't get him off of me.
If a strong force is applied to water's surface, the water will be pushed away, and then come rushing right back to the middle!
Midoriya's superpower is just being, like, a decent student.
Rounding them all up. Not too shabby. You guys are amazing. Both of you.
I think Pop could come out like that. Wow, that's the end?
That is the end. That went by quick. Huh. Alright. So that was whatever that episode was called that I can't remember again.
Encounter with the Unknown.
Yeah, they encountered some unknowns. They, encountered a bunch of villains.
Yeah.
They fought a bunch of villains. They didn't know that their powers were unknown, kind of, especially sticky balls. Yeah. So, what'd you think about that episode?
It was good. I liked it quite a bit. I will say I was a little disappointed that we didn't get to see more of the students against other villains. Like, I get Midoriya as the main character, but they spent a lot of time on them just talking about what they were going to do. And we saw little snippets of, like, the students facing off.
Right.
But, like, we didn't really see, with the exception of the hot and cold guy, we didn't really see, because even with, like, Bakugo, they didn't really show him, like, winning. So
yeah.
I know there's 3 more episodes in this season. I don't know if this is the rest of the season, but
gotcha.
So I guess after next episode I'll probably feel
have a better thought about it. Yeah. Yep, that makes sense. Let's see, what did you think of, let's see, so as far as the villains go, we don't really know what the hand guy's powers are yet. Yeah, what about Kurogiri, the purple flamey looking guy?
That was not the power I thought he was going to have. But it's still the warping guy. Yeah. It's funny because he almost looks like he should have the black hole power.
Yeah, he kind of does. Yep.
Right? But I don't know. Yeah, I think he's very cool looking. He's a very anime looking character.
He is. Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what else he can do.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess the last time we saw him, he was getting... The 13 was using her black hole power on him, so we'll have to see how that ends up, obviously.
If he even survives.
Yeah. And so they've talked about having Ida go and get help. Do you think he'll be successful in that? Do you think he'll have issues?
I mean, I'm assuming he's going to go get All Might, but I wouldn't be surprised if he runs into a villain on his way up, but I don't know. That would be interesting if he had to fight like a fast villain.
Yeah, definitely.
Like in the Sasuke retrieval arc where all of the Leaf Village kids have to fight people whose powers perfectly correspond with theirs.
Yeah.
I love that arc. It's kind of ridiculous how each of them, it's like, oh, well, Choji's gonna fight the guy that's strong, and Shikamaru is gonna fight the guy or girl.
I don't know.
I actually don't remember who Shikamaru fights. I know Neji fights the guy who can like launch things at all angles.
The spider guy.
Yeah, the spider guy.
Yeah, and so he needs the Byakugan to see all the angles. Yeah,
and so it's kind of funny that they do that, but that's okay.
So you think...
or like the Siamese twins fight. Who's the kid with the Akamaru? Akamaru's the dog.
Kiba.
Right? Kiba. Yeah. And they transform. They also look like twins.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
We're not talking about Naruto.
it's good. No, that's cool. So do you think that anybody else we see fight, they're gonna be fighting people that are essentially the inverse of their powers? Do you think we'll see a bunch of that?
I doubt it, because that would be a little too coincidental. This feels a lot more random. It is interesting though that Suyu was, like you said, in the water, and like they said, so clearly, I like that they're like, yeah, clearly these guys don't know what our powers are.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would be cool, but I kind of doubt it.
Which I mean, kind of makes sense. Like, how would they know?
Right.
Like, it would have been a little weirder to me, I guess, if they had known what all their powers were, having never seen these like freshman students before.
Especially if you have to assume that post-credit scene when you first saw them at like that bar, that wasn't too much before when they attacked the school. And it didn't seem like they had planned it for a long time or anything like that. So I don't know. That would be wild if they had it planned out.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We will. All right. I think with that, we will go ahead and end this episode. So thanks for watching Fat Guys React. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I'm Fish.
I'm still Optimal Prime.
We'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.
Your mouth move, damn, you look stupid. No,